They called him the king who stood against an empire. Leonidas I, ruler of the mighty city of Sparta, forged by pain, discipline, and endurance. At the age of 7, he was taken from his home and sent into the Agoge, a brutal warrior training ground. Hunger sharpened his instincts, cold forged his resilience, and pain taught him the discipline of silence. While others dreamed of crowns, Leonidas learned that a true king stands last, not first. But soon on the horizon, the mighty Persian Empire gathered like a darkening storm. Their emperor, Xerxes, led an army said to number in the hundreds of thousands, a sea of soldiers stretching beyond sight. He demanded earth and water, symbols of submission, but Leonidas answered with iron. At Thermopylae, where mountains crushed the sea into a narrow passage, Leonidas stood with 300 Spartans against the enormous Persian army. Day after day, the Persian masses surged forward, yet the pass erased their numbers. Spears shattered, shields broke. Still, the Spartans held. A prophecy whispered its price. Sparta would fall or a king would die. When betrayal revealed a mountain path, Leonidas dismissed his allies. He stayed, surrounded by an army vast enough to darken the land. Wounded yet unyielding, the king fought until his last breath. His body fell, but his stand ignited Greece, and Leonidas became something greater than a man. Did you know that in Greek mythology, the mighty Greek army was nearly defeated by a group of women during the legendary Trojan War? Long ago, when the mighty demigod Achilles struck down Hector, prince of Troy, the Trojans lost their greatest warrior and their last true hope. After 10 long, brutal years of war, it seemed the cruel Trojan War was nearing a swift end, as the unstoppable Greek army pressed relentlessly forward. But from the distant lands beyond the Black Sea, fate delivered an unexpected force to the gates of Troy, the Amazons, a fearsome army of warrior women said to be unmatched in battle. They rode under the command of their queen Penthesilea, a daughter of Ares himself. To the weary and desperate Trojans, they appeared as a gift sent straight from the gods. But the Amazons did not fight like ordinary soldiers. They were the first warriors to ride into battle on horseback, a sight the rest of the world had never witnessed before. Fearless, the woman army cut through the Greek ranks, sending seasoned warriors fleeing in disbelief. But as the tide turned and the Greeks were driven back toward their own ships, Achilles, who had remained apart from the fighting until now, finally chose to step back onto the battlefield. The mighty Greek hero met Penthesilea face to face. Their clash was swift and devastating. When she fell, Achilles is said to have removed her helmet, and in that instant, struck by her beauty and courage, he felt a grief deeper than victory. With their queen dead, the Amazons withdrew, their brief blaze of glory fading like a dying flame. Meet the 12 Olympians, the most powerful gods of Greek mythology. First, Zeus, ruler of the sky, wielder of the mighty lightning bolt, and supreme ruler of Olympus. Second, Poseidon, lord of the seas, rules the oceans with his mighty trident. Third, Athena, goddess of wisdom and warfare, born fully grown and armored from Zeus's head. Fourth, Ares, the god of war, who thrived in chaos, the raw fury of battle made flesh. Fifth, Apollo, god of the sun, master of prophecy, and wielder of the golden lyre. Sixth, Hephaestus, god of the forge, master of fire and creation, whose hands craft the mightiest weapons. Seventh, Hera, goddess of marriage and family, queen of Olympus, and the wife of Zeus. Eighth, Hermes, swift messenger of the gods, who traverses worlds with secrets in hand and guides souls safely to the underworld. Ninth, Aphrodite, the goddess of beauty and love, older than the other Olympians. No god or mortal was immune to her powers. 10th, Artemis, goddess of the hunt and the moon, protector of the wild and twin sister to Apollo. 11th, Demeter, goddess of the harvest, who brings life to the land and controls the cycle of growth. 12th, Hestia, goddess of the hearth and home, keeper of the sacred flame on Mount Olympus. Who were the 10 craziest creatures in Greek mythology? 10th, the Furies, winged, serpentine avengers who hunted down anyone guilty of grave crimes. 9th, the Centaurs, half man, half horse, forever trapped between the wild and the civilized. 8, the Chimera, a lion with a goat's head rising from its back and a snake for a tail, breathing fire as if that wasn't enough. 7th, Scylla, a sea monster with 6 snapping dog heads emerging from her waist, who hunts sailors in the narrow straits. 6th, the Hydra, a multi-headed serpent that grew 2 new heads for everyone cut off. 5th, Cerberus, the massive 3-headed hound who guarded the gates of the underworld. 4th, the Sirens, beautiful, deadly singers whose voices lured sailors to their deaths on the rocks. 3rd, the Sphinx, a woman-headed, lion-bodied riddle giver who devoured anyone who answered wrong. 2nd, the Gorgon, Gorgons, snake-haired women whose gaze could turn anyone to stone. Medusa is the most famous. First, Empusa, a shape-shifting vampiric demon with one leg of bronze and one of a donkey, seduced men, then devoured them.